Here I am, and there you are. There I am, and here you are. And having a happy Oshun Day, Hathor Day. In the Nordic language, it's called Freya. We are naming the days of the week according to the Nordics, or they are naming the days of the week according to the Nordic or Germanic English language. And it's Freya, 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 which is the Nordic goddess of love and beauty. And in the Greek, it's Aphrodites. And the Romans called it Venus. And that's where they name, not only do they name the days of the week after Nordic gods and goddesses, but they name the planets, planets after they god and goddess. So they name Venus. Today is Venus Day, according to the Romans. Aphrodites, like Aphrodite, according to the Greek. Freya to the Nordic. And our name for this day is a true name of Oshun. And the Mizraim's name, that's also called Egypt, is Hathor, the goddess of love and beauty and prosperity. That is the name for today that we will say, that we will recognize. And now pouring the libation to Amun Ra, to Oshun, to Hathor, to Aset, also called Isis, to Asa, my mother, Ernest C. Collins Johnson, my father, Benjamin Johnson, Harriet Tubman, Madam C.J. Walker, Ida B. Wells, Sojourner Truth, Coretta Scott Kane, Mary McLeod Bethune, and many other women, Fannie Lou Hamer, and many other women that went on before us. Betty Wright, singer who just passed, and all of the beautiful Black women who passed. And today is their day. It's also called Friday, but it's Hathor, and Oshun Day that we are claiming. Now, the Bible, Revelations, chapter 18, verse 4, says, I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, and be not partakers of her sin, that you may have none of her plague. Now, when he said come out, not just physically coming out, but mentally. Because look at Africa. One of the biggest statues in Africa, a big statue, a businessman erected, is of that Caucasian thing called Jesus. Now, Zeus, S-U-S means pig. So they got you worshiping that Caucasian Jesus. Even in Brazil, they have a big, big statue of Caucasian Jesus dominating Brazil. So they say, come out of her. It's mentally, not just physically. Because look at Africa, so many Africans designed to swirl with Europeans. And that's in Africa. It's amazing to me. How could they be intact with their culture, with their land, with their family, and still desire to mate with Asians and Caucasians? That's a mystery. And even in the Western in America, or amount of African Americans, not that if there's any church that have a white savior on the walls in African American community, is few, very few, if any. I haven't been to church for a long time, so I don't know. But very few, if any. But in Africa, they have it all over the place. In Ghana, and on the billboards, I heard that they have a white savior in Africa. So it's no use if you go to Africa, it's to come out mentally, to come out of her. And it's swirling out. I know there's swirling in African American community, but percentage wise, it's not as much as it's done to Africa and the Caribbean. And the Masonic leadership. Of course, there's a lot of Masons in America, you know that, but it's heavy in Jamaica also, and in the different African countries. Even among the leadership is heavy. The Masonic leaders controlled by Masonic order. Say, come out of her, my people. Be not partakers of a plague. And it's ironic that most of the countries that's suffering with the plague of the coronavirus is the countries that was heavily involved in the slave trade. That is the U.S., the divided states of America, the divided kingdom called England and Britain, Spain, especially Spain, and France. Those most heavily involved with the European slave trade of Africans are the one heavily plagued. So you have to come out for, and as far as swirling goes, not only do they harm themselves, because if they swirl, if it's to themselves and they cut off from among us, they cut themselves off. Eventually, in 2 or 3 generations, the DNA will be no more as an African person or a melanated person. But only danger is if we allow them to come among us. And they put a lot of their friends and relatives in a precarious situation, difficult situation. Of course, if the relative and friends want to follow the laws of nature and the order of nature, they will shun those people that's swirl. How could they shun their friends and family? So they are partaking in that very sin. Otherwise, like homosexuality, also, they eventually will be cut off. If they're left by themselves, they will die out. But what they do become down low brothers, or a woman who adopt children or have just go out to have a baby just to have a baby, or by some fertilization method just to have a baby. That's dangerous. Otherwise, they would die out. The homosexuals left alone, we shun them where they will not pollute us or despoil us the same way. They will die out. This world will die eventually in 2 or 3 generations. They die out. But the problem is how to separate them from us. And so, and with this Oshun Day, wishing you prosperity, name of Oshun, name of Hathor, prosperity is coming upon us as the people now. Love, there'll be love in your life. You would have the love that you were waiting for, or the love that you have will increase with your loved one. Love, beauty, you'll be surrounded in beauty. Beautiful home, beautiful cars, beautiful clothes, beautiful mind, the real beautiful mind, not like it's was depicted in the movies. And so that's what it is. In the name of Oshun, the name of Hathor. And so it is. Cannot be otherwise. Accepted. Love, beauty, prosperity is ours now. I claim it. In the name of Oshun, the name of Hathor. So it is. You will receive it as you believe it.